The battle begins.
Denial is the heart of discipline.
First blood.
Unrequited.
Let them take this as an omen. Outworld calling. Myself. Even my own survives.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Regeneration.
Face it.
That has triggered
what you came for.
Dazzle! A bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Dire structures are fortified.
Denied.
5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. PSG LGD's turn to ban.
Grand Finals, Game 4.
Game 4. We've had 3 fantastic games so far. OG took the first one. PSG LGD now leading 2-1 with a 2-game run against OG. The top 2.
They're going to just basically set themselves up to get this 10th pick made without a BKB.
I mean, what does any hero do in this game? Like, they have
all the bans and everything, but it's a hero that we just don't see next time.
with more hit.
If we have good lanes, we're good. Good luck. Best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great to hear some insight as we get ready for Game 4. PSG LGD playing to lift up the Aegis after one more win as OG tries to make a comeback run. We'll return to our casters, Odie, Merlini, and Fob.
Thank you very much. Yes, Game 4 now between PSG LGD and OG as PSG LGD lead the charge in this best of 5, 2-1. Can they do it here? Is this the TI winning game, boys? We're seeing again OG trying something a little different. There's the Axe, another hero that people just aren't playing, but they're bringing it out here on their potential knockout game of the TI8 Grand Finals.
Such confidence, right? Like they just lost with Chet, they just lost with PL, and they just lost with Invoker. They're like, doesn't matter. We're gonna stick with our comfort, try to just play our own game. And I like that they're at least sticking to their guns.
And LGD's coach seems super confident. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'm very happy with the draft.
So what sort of the panel talks about this offlaner, this Axe that gets picked up. They were looking for a hero that sort of offers some sort of a disable. Do you think this was sort of the best option? Were there sort of other things that you're a little surprised that OG didn't prioritize over going for the Axe?
I don't know if I can think anything just straight up off the top of my head. I just can't remember all the bans and everything, but it's a hero that we just don't see. It's a hero we just don't see often for a good festival.
I think will destroy him in the team fight. You can cycle him, he's useless. Yeah. He won't be able to get back in position. You can even cycle him during the blade mail call if he's prepared. And yeah, he's going to do very well in lane, I would say, and he is a decent partner with the Wisp, but he struggles a lot in the mid game.
Yeah, and even versus the Tusk too, right? In a lot of situations, if the Tusk is in a good spot, you can get the snowball saves over and over again. So yeah, we'll see how it can work out for them, but I do feel like in the lane, this Axe, of course, will put on a good amount of pressure.
And we'll see how well Chalice is able to deal with that down there on the bottom, and what sort of lanes we do see from PSG LGD if they want to send down a support down there, or if they're going to just sack that bottom lane and leave Chalice alone.
Some friendly tipping going, some nice exchange coming out there. As we do see, of course, Enchantress also. X-Nova playing the support Enchantress. Not something we see so often, but we have seen it relegated to that role, especially from OG.
How many chickens have died in this spot?
Got to be careful. Looks like X-Nova's not going to be patient enough. The courier's starting to move up, but he's headed away from that middle lane as he'll look towards the top, as it seems, to join forces with FY and Arme, making sure that the Morphling can find the farm against Anna's PL in this safe lane. At the same time, TP up from Jax to join in, tethers across to Anna. And this mid lane, this will certainly be the one to watch. We saw Thompson Invoker already once here in this grand finals, and it did not have a good time. But top lane, the shards from FY out, trapping up Jerax and Notel, but Jerax has got the regen. Penitence from Notel onto FY will force back the Tusk. But this mid lane matchup, should this go better for Thompson than it did when he played against Somnus' Kunk?
Yeah, there's no way for him to kill the Fort Spear super easily, so he can actually use it this time. And I mean, he shouldn't get destroyed like last time.
It's really going to be dependent on the side lanes, right? Like if those side lanes start dropping low as soon as this Bloodseeker hits level 3, that's when you can start getting ran down very easily as an Invoker. Even with you have your Fort Spirits and everything up, it's very difficult because of that movement speed that you have. You have 282, and this Bloodseeker is going to be moving, for the most part, above 320 in this laning phase. I am a bit concerned for Thompson, but he has to be able to work really well around this Fort Spirit.
Already these early levels, Somnus playing the lane perfectly in its aggression. 8 for 3 against the 3 for 1 on these early levels in that mid 1v1 matchup.
They've got Jerax low already. X-Nova though.
Jerax still playing the mid. X-Nova's got the fairy fire. Jerax, he will fall, but not before they get the kill on X-Nova himself. FY also potentially in trouble. Ana comes across. FY does still have a snowball. Potentially unlikely to save him as Ana. Surely wants to still chase and indeed rushes forward. There's Jerax with the tether. He's got the snowball to dodge the Spirit Lance at least, but FY very low. Actually gets taken down there. Alright, the blast from Notel's Satire Tormentor. So OG getting themselves a second kill up top.
But all those creeps out of the tower with no one farming, they actually have a double wave on the side of OG going into LGD's tower. So yeah, they lost tower and they lost the hero and they lost first blood, but I think it's actually working out quite well for them.
And we're seeing what pretty much is expected as well down on the bottom lane at the moment. Seb having that favorable matchup. 21 for 0 against the 10 for 1.
He's just creep cutting and pulling it into the jungle, so he's actually farming just a bit more than that Brewmaster. I like that Jerax instantly reacted and just went top. And let's see what they can do with this. They've got a triple wave coming under here too, so Ame might struggle a bit to get these last hits if OG plays aggressive, which they are immediately.
FY pops the shards out. Ana looking to get himself straight on top of Ame. Jerax is there with the tether onto Ana. Notel in trouble as the 3 of PSG LGD focus down the Chen and take the kill. Now with the snowball, they head over to Jerax. It's Ana. Jerax, they're potentially in trouble. The fair fire from Jerax, healing Ana up a little bit. Jerax trying to look for the body blocks. The nuke damage from Ame, not enough to kill off the PL as Jerax with the tether gets himself out as well. But mid indeed, Somnus diving in Thompson. He's got the cold snap. The tower heading into Somnus as well, but Somnus gets the final touch, gets the kill. He has got a fairy fire and stick charges as well if needed. He doesn't even need to. The tango regen enough as Somnus gets the solo kill. Whoa! He's got his sunglasses on today.
Just too much pressure coming out up top right now. It's really hurting Thompson's lane. This Bloodseeker's almost level 5 to a level 3 Invoker.
Yeah, Thompson's just really struggling with the CS too.
Yeah.
Going Blade, the Blood Rage is not enough. I mean, he does like the pause Wex, but really struggling with the early phases in the game.
It's just, he's sitting at like 100 damage or more on the Bloodseeker, not even including the Quelling Blade. So Thompson walks up, actually gets caught by the Blood Rain.
He does. He walks into the Blood Rain. Now Somnus is just looking to chase him down as, oh no! Thompson making a huge mistake in that middle lane. Top lane, Notel will go down. Xana, they're going to fight back, trying to chase down FY. They get the Satire Tormentor blast, the Spirit Lance as well as FY will fall. OG get a trade up top. But that middle lane indeed at Thompson, it looked like he felt that he could move up the ramp out of the Blood Right in time. But it kicks in, and Somnus in that middle lane, keeping that edge once again against the Thompson Invoker, but this time on the Bloodseeker instead of that Kunkka from earlier.
I feel like I've seen this a few times where the Invokers struggle a lot versus Bloodseeker because he has very little boost. He has 0 points of Wex, and he has no boost. He's actually looking like he might be going for a kill early, so...
And that's with the Bloodseeker not even having boots yet. The Bloodseeker just has 50 movement speed over you at all times. I don't know if Thompson can play in this lane. They're just going to go and kill him once more instantly as soon as he shows back up. And right away, he doesn't have TP.
Yeah, FY, he's in for the side. He's got a double damage rune as well. FY's they're in underneath the tower, punching down Thompson. Thompson falls once again. Jerax comes in with the tether across. They try to find something to respond, but Jerax, he's in trouble. He will live. They get the kill. FY, he'll go down as well. So OG able to strike back in that middle lane with the rotation, getting the double kill for Nova. Nova walks in against the easiest kill of his life there onto Jerax. As they will find a trade Chalice as well, looking for this wraparound. He's got level 6, does have Primal Split available. CP back in from Thompson with the Primal Split ready to go. He looks towards Thompson underneath the tower. Thompson, he needs help, but he needs it now. Has he got any way of playing his way out of this one? He's only got points in Quantum Exhaust, so no escape for Thompson. As the walk around gang from Chalice with that Primal Split successful. It's even more than successful. It's brilliant. Double kill for Chalice. as he just walks over to mid as soon as he hits 6 and gets that play off.
What a great off-lane player that is. If you try and contest the axe, you're going to get destroyed. So he gets level 6 when the Invoker is level 4, and it's just grueling at this point.
They're taking the tower already too, so they're going to have access into the enemy jungle. They're going to have access into OG's jungle, where Thompson is going to have to go to the jungle to try to catch back up here. He's level 4. Oh man.
A lot of weight is going to be on Seb. He's had this bottom lane, he's got good levels, and he's got decent farm too. He's top of the net worth this game, very close to having the Blink Dagger on top of the Ring of Health. But TPs are heading down. Somnus seeing if we can find the Rupture. Seb, oh, he goes to farm. That's going to give time for Somnus to close the gap, get the Rupture. He's still pretty beefy, but is he beefy enough? I don't think so. The shards around, trapping him in. The spin though, the taunt, the Sunstrike. Seb, he gets the dunk off. The snowball save wasn't in time, and Jax, he's in with the tether. OG, they're turning this one around. They look to run down FY. FY with the snowball, the shards already used. There's no way to escape, or maybe the Jukes. Is it enough? Oh, it is! Seb, he gets smoked. He can't get the dunk off. FY will survive.
Oh, that's his Blink Dagger right there.
But a very neat little play there from Seb, being able to hold his ground. The Sunstrike, the dunk just before FY could get that snowball save off. It almost looked like the Bloodseeker was brought into the snowball, but at the same time getting that dunk off Seb.
He's actually decided to go for the Vanguard instead.
Oh, despite having the money.
Yeah, just wanting to tank up a bit more, I guess.
I mean, as we saw in situations like that where he's getting beaten down by the Bloodseeker, it certainly will add that extra bit of time for Jarex to come in with those sort of plays.
He's still going to get that blink at a very fast time, and they're going to really need him to make plays all around the map, because we already see PL's getting outfarmed a bit by the Morphling. The Bloodseeker to the Invoker comparison is crazy. And I mean, Chalice has a blink already, so he's going to be the one making tons of moves around the map, and Sebastian has to match it.
This Bloodseeker is certainly going to become a big issue unless Seb can come in with the plays.
And Thompson's, he's full committed on Exort for now. He is 3 points in, not having any in Wex.
Ame has to be careful there. They do have those deep wards down, and he was walking around on 1 HP, so he has to be aware of the Sunstrike potential coming from Thompson. Seb down bottom. He's getting hunted, but he's out with the TP. Back up towards the shrine. Gives him a tip on the way out as well. So it's better luck next time. As PSG LGD are now in position though to push down on the bottom lane. Chalice not quite got the mana for the primal split. He does now with the bottle charges, so he's ready to go, ready to fight if OG do head down bottom. But it's top lane in fact where Ana and Jarex are placed, and it looks like OG are unlikely to come down to here, at least before Seb has his Blink Dagger finished.
Dire structures.
OG's not able to really set up to push towers too well. They've got a Chen. They want to be able to take some more building advantage versus LGD's lineup, but it's LGD constantly knocking on their buildings.
And they're also under leveled on the side of OG, really struggling. That Invoker just hit level 6, Chen's still level 4, as is the IO.
So much weight going to be in this Axe's shoulders. Find play after play around the map to get. The thing is that that's the one thing that they can do, right? If once that Axe gets Blink Dagger, the way to get Thompson back in the game is Sunstrike kills. He has to get the last hits with that Sunstrike.
And it is really quick iron timing from Seb. And 9 minutes in, he's going to have the Blink Vanguard done. So he really does have to make something happen with this. If he's unable to do something with this timing, it's going to cost the team a lot. They prioritize giving Seb that safe lane on the bottom, where he's been able to farm up 9 minutes in, Blink and Vanguard. He has to make the plays happen now.
And there's also a smoke on the courier, so they can immediately go for that and see what their target is. Brewmaster looks like he's in a pretty good position to break it, just in case. But they're eyeing up maybe in the mid lane.
On top Ana, Jarex heading over, but Chalice, he's in, he's ready for the counterplay, past the primal split. Ana and Jarex in a lot of trouble as Jarex gets focused down by the primal split. They've got the snowball in, onto Ana, back up is inbound. Seb, he's on the side, can he look for the play, jumps in, gets the call, the Sunstrike down as well as Ana's back in, they get the dunk off, they'll kill off FY, but now Ana and Seb, they've got to somehow get out of it. Ame into the Axe form, manages to punch down Ana, Seb's in trouble too, he looks for another call off, can he get the spins, that's the question. Jarex comes in, he's giving him the regen and the spins, the dunk, Seb gets the second, he finds the double kill, as Jarex will be fine, and so will Seb. Seb gets sent back by No-Tail, and TP's back in straight away. He wants to keep this fight going. We'll see if he finds another opportunity to get another blink off. Tries to go for X-Nova, but X-Nova just out of range still. The Spirits hitting into him. They'll chase down. Do they have the damage to burst him? The Culling Blade just enough to bring him down, so he gets bursted by the Sunstruck. OG certainly showing signs of being able to utilize this axe to take the fights against PSG LGD.
Some small signs of life. Thompson, thankfully, actually like that. That dunk is great. Sure, he doesn't get the last hit, but it gives it to the Invoker. He needs to get these kills to catch back up in levels in particular. The gold wasn't so much that the Invoker got, but it's all about getting levels up on this hero right now.
Yeah, exactly what Seb needed to do to push his team back in the game. And now Invoker feels comfortable enough to go for that Midas and another death on the Morphling side too. I'm not exactly sure what he was an axe. He was as axe and then just got obliterated. I don't know if it like ran out by duration, but
yeah, it did look like he didn't shift back into his into Morphling in time. He just Seb caught him off guard, I guess. So we have 2,500 gold on Somnus. He hasn't quite picked anything up just yet. Maybe wanting to decide if he wants to be the one that goes for the Radiance. Because I did see Chalice queued up earlier, but I think they're kind of debating who's going to get it at a better timing versus this Phantom Lancer.
yeah, I'm not really sure what Bloodseeker goes for here. Blade Mail is so-so, but I think the axe is just causing tons of issues.
That's right, they got the call off. Chalice is going to be fine though. F4 is in with the snowball, buying time. Now Chalice looks to turn towards Jerax. Jerax is going to have to re-relocate back out in a second. In fact, they get the call, they get the kill. They get the Joan Corp onto Chalice, they get the Joan Corp onto the Nova.
And up top.
Oh, they're finding more maybe. Jerax, Hand of God, keeps it safe for now. Somnus is back in, finishing off the kill. But Seb jumps in, has the call. Have they got the damage? Yes, they do. Sebastian Debs up and down the map, getting these kills, making it happen with the Axie 601, utilizing that 9-minute Blink Dagger and Vanguard to perfection.
He is coming in so clutch. During all this, Thompson is just sitting in the triangle of the dire jungle, farming, while Sebastian just runs around and makes play after play after play. They bring back the relocate with that axe top, and it seems like it catches LGD a little bit off guard.
With this space, as you say, he's very close to the Midas, Thompson.
Yep. Level 9, Bloodseeker level 11, quite a recovery.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared for the cores of LGD now. I mean, looks like Bloodseeker going for the Shadow Blade, maybe potentially a Silver Edge later, but it's still going to be very tough. They kind of just have to ignore this axe and hope that the Brewmaster finds him before he can get that jump.
$2K lead now for OG. We say with that Midas on Thompson, as long as they can keep making the space for him, he's going to be able to farm at a pace that will allow him to catch back up with the cores of PSG LGD.
On OG, they have a lot of ways. With the axe, they have so many ways. It's actually like a team fighter and also a pickoff hero. While on LGD, their team fight is pretty reliant on the Brewmaster having his ulti up. Besides that, they're just a lot about pickoffs. So OG does have a little bit of a window here with this level 13 axe.
With a little Somnus, straight in onto Anna. Anna's got the doppelganger, gets himself out of the blood right, goes for the TP away, but the snowball's there from FY. Quick uppercut to finish off Anna at the same time down bottom. They get the call, the Sunstrike. It does not look like it's nearly enough damage though to bring him down as the stick charges come out, and so do the TPs. The counterplay being looked for. Chalice trying to find Seb. It's going to blink up in a second, and does it get off? The clap was there. Chalice able to cancel the blink, but Jerax comes through. Seb trying to fight back. He's got the call. Can he get the split off in time into the dunk? The stick charges though. Keep Chalice safe. Allow him to get the split off at the same time in the jungle. FY and Arme, they found No-Tail. They'll be able to pick off the Chen to the side as Arme in the Axorn gets the call, controlling No-Tail. The cyclone from Chalice throwing Seb up, but they won't look to fight into him anymore. Seb will be fine. Just No-Tail to fall there off the back of that play. But both cores again of LGD keeping themselves alive. They Chalice with the clutch stick play there as he was very close to getting burst down by the Culling Blade.
Looks like they're trying to set up on top, some on top.
Ame going for it early Morbid Mass so we can stay sustained in that. And also later on he could build onto a very useful item versus that axe. You expect that the axe is going to have a blade mail pretty early in this game, and Morphling very susceptible to a blink axe.
That's the bait play. They get the call onto the two of them. Seb jumps in. The sun strikes down. The stun as well. The micro play. They've got the lockdown onto both of them. Somnus falls as well. No-Tail with his army of creeps, holding them down, getting the 2 kills.
They just can't fight into Seb right now. He's everywhere. He's at bounties. He's all around the map with a relocate. And every time they fight him, they will just lose.
And that blade mail's getting dangerously close as well for Seb.
He can kill the Bloodseeker as well as the Morphling pretty much any time that he finds them around the map with his blade mail.
and they just don't have enough damage from him. Like, he's not going to be running around with Rupture, Enchantress isn't going to be hitting him when he has the Blade Mail on. Morphling doesn't have enough items, so he's still going to be a threat for some time to come. And Brewmaster ult is very long cooldown relative to how often Seb can initiate.
FY, here's going to be drawn back very, very far there. Seb blinks away as FY now surrounded as the relocate comes through. Anna Jarek's in to pick up the kill on FY.
4K gold advantage, a 6,000 experience advantage, and this is just OG running around his 3 or 4 heroes, while Thompson is so happy now.
He's climbing back into the game.
Recovered.
He absolutely has. He's now level with the farm of Arme's Bloodseeker, and down bottom again, Seb finding the opening to make these plays happen as Somnus found out in the jungle. Seb 7-0-4 on his axe.
And he wants to keep going. Ame shown his face in mid. It starts to strength more. Call off the mark.
Space is there for them to push down on this tier 1 mid. TP coming in from Chalice. He's got the Primal Split available. Arme looking to kick the fight off. Waveforms forward. Chalice jumps in with the clap. Holding off on the Primal Split for now. Now lets it out. Seb tries for the call, but the Primal Split's already there. X-Nova with a wraparound. The impetus onto No-Tail. No-Tail's gone. Cyclone sending Seb out of the fight at the moment. Up into the air. Arme in the air tries to surround, but Seb gets the blink off. Away from Arme. The shards are down. Seb tethered up by Jarek. Seb walking back in. Tries for the call. FY goes for the snowball across towards Jarek. But now the TP. Thompson's in, looks for the combo onto Arme, but Arme back into the Morphling, starts to attribute shift back into strength. FY uppercut on Thompson. Jarex tethers across, keeping this man alive as Anna running a spell away from Chalice. Chalice trying to find Jarex as Jarex is into the trees. We've got Seb as well, looking for Somnus, but Somnus has the damage. They're on top of Jarex. Somnus gets the triple kill, maybe even more as Anna now all alone. No-Tail's trying to come across to help him. Anna turning towards Nova. He's stuck in there with him as Anna will possibly find Nova. He does. He's going to have Doppelganger back up in a second, but the Blood Bright, is it there in time? It's not. Doppelganger's back up. He could jump out. Looks towards Chalice. Spirit Lines finishes Chalice off. Anna gets another. Somnus didn't find No-Tail, but Anna's still going. Can't stop the skill of the Doppelganger's there. Anna trying to phantom rush himself away, but Somnus in with a change to Diffusal Blade. Also, FY with the shards. Shoves an Igloo into the backside of Anna as he takes him down.
What a comeback there from LGD from the start of the fight. Pretty interesting stuff to point out too. I saw Chalice jump. You saw he hesitated on his ulti. He actually killed the creep, hit level 12, skilled up the Primal Split, so when he went in, he actually had the higher level of the ult, so he got a Cyclone in the back lines on the Phantom Lantern, delayed the fight a bit, but Anna showed up with that Diffusal, got a couple kills, but Somnus, the big winner in that fight, cleaning up almost everybody.
He killed Thompson as soon as he showed. Thompson, yeah, he's farmed, but he still has no defensive items. He just gets ruptured and run down by this Bloodseeker, and Somnus wasn't able to run around the back lines with the Shadow Blade. He had.
Let's see if they can make something happen with this smoke play. Seb is in onto Nova with the Sunstrike. It's the burst damage enough. It's more than enough.
Max Exort.
They're now set up to push onto that tier 1 tower mid, OG. Taking the one down bottom. They should be able to find this one too. Primal Split is up if Chalice wants to look to join to the fight, but they'll let that one go. PSG LGD as OG claim the tower.
I think they're going to wait until the Bloodseeker has BKB in particular for the next fights, because when he has that, he's going to have so much more freedom to take out the IO, go for the backlines onto the Invoker, and not have to worry so much about that PL. He still really has to watch out for Seb on that axe, though.
They're relocating around a little bit, just using it to push out the lanes. Jarex was in the jungle, but they're forcing out the lanes a lot so that Axe does have these opportunities while LGD are still farming for the BKBs. Morphling is also, he did have it queued up, but it looks like he's actually going for a Diffusal next.
I'm going to see a replay on this once more. Again, sort of the issue when Somnus is enabled in terms of being able to just run rampant around the fights as he did, getting that triple kill. And Anna does a very good job, of course, of picking some kills up in return. But at the end of the day, the Bloodseeker is just too strong at this stage of the game, and if they cannot burst him, get that jump on him to start the fight off.
Took out half of No-Tail's health in one hit.
There they go. FY looking to lean in pretty deep here with the snowball onto Thompson. Chalice jumps forward as well. They're trying to burst him, but Thompson gets the tornado, the MP out as well, but Chalice is already there with the Primal Split. So he can stand his ground and finish off the Invoker.
Next couple of minutes, though, will be a good time for them to fight. I think without the Brewmaster there, the Cyclone, the Axe, I think that Seb will be able to destroy them in the fights. So this is a pretty good window for them if they want to try and force objective. I'm still curious about that Diffusal pickup with Morphling. I guess maybe he's planning on replicating into the Phantom Lantern for a lot of these fights.
Very quick snowball by FY. FY actually has a Blink Dagger finished up on himself, so they actually have a pretty good way to counter that Axe call now in the fights for LGD. But right now, without Primal split down, I do think it is OG's time to try to make some moves and capitalize on LGD while they're split up.
They've got to try and find that Blink call before the BKB is popped by Somnus, as he is ready with it. Xana getting space down bottom, only Arme down here to keep tabs on him. In a very close game, 21-19, 21 minutes in. Less than a 1K advantage for OG, as they did get ahead after recovering the lanes, but now PSG LGD catching back up.
They're starting on Roche right now. It's not the easiest Roche, but Nato does have the Medallion of Courage, but yeah, they use the Brewmaster ulti to secure them both kill, but if you're trading that for an Aegis, I think that's well worth it for OG, but certainly LGD aren't going to let it go down in that fight.
OG, they will jump in, they get the call onto Xnova, the EMP down as well as Thompson moves him the combo. Xnova does get the heal off and is able to back away. Now starts throwing impetus in onto Seb. The Tornado is going to be blocked off by Somnus with the BKB. Another call comes out for Seb. The Sun Strike from Thompson did find the kill on Xnova. The send back on Seb, keeping him safe. Seb back to base, TP's back towards the Shrine immediate. As OG, they remember up and Anna. He's on top of Somnus. The BKB, of course, now worn off, but they'll find Somnus as well. A double kill for Thompson as OG take a successful fight around the pit. They're at a 74% win probability now on Dota Plus. As OG, with those kills, go back towards the Roshan. There's a regen room waiting here for them as well, as this Roche will go their way. OG regaining that lead that they created.
I love how adamant Seb was about just making the fight happen, right? They know the Primal split is down. They saw Morphling down bottom, split pushing too, so they're like, we have to make a fight happen so that they can't actually zone us out of this Roche pit in this time when we've got our window. LGD, they're just very dependent on this Primal split steal here for the fights. As it looks like it's going to be a Radiance, as we were mentioning earlier, for Chalice to deal with that PL illusions.
Yeah, Thompson's more than online with that Axe. It's been up for a couple minutes. Axe also going for the Shadow Blade so he can get more pickoffs around the map. I mean, BKB is not super great versus the Axe, so that's one of my primary concerns with the course of LGD. Especially if you have Blood Rage on you. That's a scary part if you're Somnus.
So, as you say, I'll be interested to see how this works out for the Morphling. With the Diffusal Blade complete, not something that we see every day, but sort of, as you theory crafted, Ben, something that maybe he's looking to utilize in the fights when he takes over, sort of control of becoming the Phantom Lancer.
That's the best reason I can think of.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I can see. That's a very good call.
I mean, it's also good for him to try and eliminate the IO early on. He doesn't have a Glimmer Cape, but it's still going to be pretty tough with this Morphling. Especially without BKB, he's very susceptible to the Invoker.
It can also help him like set up some kills alone, right? If he does find anybody straggling around in the side lanes, he can pick them off with that Diffusal easily.
They're hunting. Waveform TP keeps Salme safe though. He's out of the jungle.
Yep, now the Shadow Blade is going to be complete on Seb, and I think the Manta Style is also coming out for Phantom Lancer, so two big items, and with his Aegis, this is their time to shine. It doesn't even matter if Brewmaster has his ultimate. I don't think they're strong enough to take him out right now, so yeah, just need to stall for a little bit, wait for that Radiance, get your farm up, maybe get a BKB up on the Morphling, and then you'll be in fighting shape.
Yeah, and fighting into OG just seems way too difficult, especially with Jerax, who's now level 15, has the tethered X bonus, and also has a full mech. So that's going to counteract a lot of the damage that LGD is already lacking in their fights right now.
So definitely just don't want to fight. They have a very good ward setup on the side of LGD. They have 4 spread out throughout the map, and unless OG are willing to commit a couple of smokes, I don't see them getting any huge pickoffs right here or huge objectives after a fight.
OG's got good momentum pushing in though on every single lane. We even have the Axe Illusions cutting some waves too. All 3 lanes pushing in onto LGD's side right now. As OG, they're spamming those chat whales. They're getting like into it now.
They're feeling good. They're feeling it. Absolutely. Another tower taken by OG.
Oh, Seb is on the prowl immediately too.
Wow. How did? Oh, they have a reservoir ward over there. I was wondering how he saw that coming.
So yeah, takes the Morph duration as well on that Morphling, as we've been seeing a lot of players. Well, the few players that do play Morphling still have been doing. Full Manta, Diffusal, and that Aegis on Ana. He is feeling very confident. He commits forward on Xnova.
Oh, with the Sunstrike down, it doesn't matter. They are going to be able to duke it out here with the Snowball. Ana still trying to fight forward. He's feeling confident with the Aegis. Tornado will clip onto Xnova, but he's got the heal out and he'll be fine. Anna has been ruptured now, needs the backup. Jarek's in with the tether. Anna with the doppelganger dodging the blood bright. As OG will be more than fine.
There's so much burst steal coming out.
Yeah.
With the tether and the hand of God, and then the mech.
Radiant's middle tower.
Now looking for another tier 2 tower. OG really starting to overtake them out. As bottom lane, Seb, he's in. The call, there's no attribute shift in time. Arme can't react with that Shadow Blade blink initiation.
Power of that blade mail versus the Morphin, but also he was getting hit by that huge sunstrike so early on.
He has no buyback here, so OG. Let's see if they can get anything more out of this one as they're into the base, chasing down Xnova. Xnova being focused by Anna. The Illusion Army chasing him down, trapping him here in the trees as he'll fall. OG, they've found two. They're up onto the high ground looking at this tier 3 tower.
And look at this, they even used the Axe tether on the Chen, so there's a Chen Ancient there and more health for them.
Oh, look at this push they've got going. As the Rax now enjoy Chalice, jumps in, does get the primal split out, finds Jerax. Jerax is gone, FY goes in with the uppercut. Anna trying to clean out some of these primal split illusions, and Jerax will buy back. He's coming in with a relocate. Seb being focused, but they're killing the primal split. It's only just down to the for the Wind Panda. The Wind Panda getting himself away from the fighters. He will still survive, but they've got the vision. Can he escape in time? Chalice! Oh! Nearly dies during the primal split, but Chalice will survive. OG, what's the plan now? Do they want to just get out of here? Seb trying to get in position with his Shadow Blade. He's found Arme. Arme's in the peel at the moment as Arme just gets taken down. Dead for 50 seconds. Thompson being chased by Somnus. They've got the dust down Thompson as well. Xnova picked up inside of the snowball. Thompson will fall. They'll find Anna too as LGD will hold despite Arme going down once again. Can they get Seb as well? Jerax is there at the side, but he does not have relocate available. There's no save for Seb.
Did he just hold that snowball until the Aegis finished?
Yeah.
What?
He waited that whole time for it to get. That is
unbelievable.
Oh my god.
And effectively at the end of the day, a full team wipe there by PSG LGD. Xnova, he'll survive as well. They hold that middle lane. They may have lost to tier 3, but they keep those racks alive. They'll push OG back.
Coming in from Chalice and FY there. FY with the clutch snowball play there on that Aegis, of course. And Chalice, look at the damage he did in that fight. 6,600 because of that Radiance. Like you said, they were killing the Primal Split.
They were so close to killing it.
There was still one alive, so each time you kill one, the Radiance just keeps passing along to the next one over and over again, so he just keeps dealing all that damage in the fight.
I can't believe he survived.
I can't, it was so close to dying. What a turnaround by LGD, as it was a 7,500 gold lead for OG there, chunked down all the way to 2K, and the experience is now favoring LGD.
And they had a different way of dealing with the Axe this time, which was Rupture and just kind of leave him alone. He didn't really want to run around. He's not that tanky, especially when the Wisp is tethering up someone else. But this Diffusal choice, he got wrecked.
Yeah, he did.
Arme's strong. I mean, you can understand, as you say, he wants to try and fight as the PL, but that of course leaves him very vulnerable to getting caught out by Seb's blink call initiation.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if PL were like the trump card in this game, with no Axe and with very little AoE on the side of OG, it would have been a great choice. This time, I mean, there's not that many great items for him. I'm not really a big fan of BKB on him at this point in the game, but he does need to be able to not die with 1,000 HP.
I think he just stay morphed up very, very high strength and then jump into the fights, turn into the PL, and then that's when he can just thrive off of it, because if he's staying low, like you said, he just dies over and over again to the call, Blade Mail, or even some Sunstrike.
Smoke on smoke action. Here's LGD, wrap around along the river.
They've got level 18 on the brew, so level 3 Primal Split at the ready. Chalice on the high ground.
OG got that ward down in time, and that's going to set up for Seb to find the jump, and Fight comes in with the snowball save. Keeps his team alive for now. They're rolling to Seb. Seb gets the Blade Mail, now turns toward Chalice. Chalice, he gets the split off. Seb, he's gone down. Jerax now focused as well by PSG LGD. They'll get the two of them. Seb's brought back. The chase from Somnus onto Notel into the trees. Sets up for a double kill on the Bloodseeker. And Seb, he's been set up into the skies by Chalice's Cyclone. Seb gets the blink off. He's got the Shadow Blade too, but they've already lost 3 on OG. The dust is out. It will clip Seb. They've got the stun control from the Mud Golem, stopping Chalice getting the blink through. As Seb will just escape there. FY with that save.
That's the snowball play. Chalice even got cold snapped, but just having that extra miss rate, he actually doesn't get that other one proccing on him, so he's able to get the Primal Split off. Unbelievable.
Every single team fight, FY and Chalice are just doing so much in terms of control.
Yeah, Thompson tried his best to stop that split from going off, because he realized exactly what was that. That was crazy.
Unreal.
That's 2 times Brewmaster just narrowly escaped death. They were sitting right on top of his reward. That was a double call coming out from Seb to start the fight. They thought that they had that one in the bag.
Yeah, it looked like the perfect initiation, right? But FY is just like, nope. That's why we have the Tusk. Those snowball saves, as we mentioned.
And now he has a Yules too. And this Yules is excellent versus the Axe. So
look at this again. I mean, that ward,
look at this beauty.
It looked perfect, but FY in with that save, taking them out of the combo. Thompson, it just set up for the follow-up. And again, as always, Chalice getting that split off just in time. And at that point, it was pretty much impossible for OG to take the fight back around in their favor. You see Seb buyback straight away, but he's already losing the rest of his team.
It looks like he didn't even have vision on maybe there. He was shadow bladed up and was still able to get the call out on him. Just needed a tiny bit more burst.
And immediately, because of that play as well, you see PSG LGD de-warding that area of the map.
De-warding their whole side of the map even. They're just like, we do not want this Axe with shadow.
Look how many sentries.
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 sentries placed around? Xnova is like, I have treads, I'm happy, I will buy sentries and observers.
That guy does not mess around. He still does a fair amount of damage too, only with his treads.
I mean, if he can also just even enchant a PL illusion, he can start his own army going in a lot of these fights too. We haven't seen happen too much, but...
They're trying really hard to kill these ancient creeps, but...
He gets out in time, the dragon. This bottom, they want to fight this, they've found FY, Seb. They're going to close the gap, the sun strikes down, but it's off the point. They'll still get the call off though. Dragging FY back into the clutches of them as they find the Tusk.
It's still going to be tough for Seb though. I think the Tusk was looking for enough gold to buy Shadowblade. He's already very, very far into skills. It's pretty much a mandatory BKB call coming out from Max now when he started off the fight. Forget about the snowball.
Seb.
Yeah, I mean, they need that BKB on the Axe now so that he doesn't get decycled before he gets those jumps off.
But even if he has a BKB, they can still get snowball.
It's
really hard for Seb right now, especially if FY continues to play the way he has been.
I think they have to find a way to get the back line. They have to find this Tusk in these fights while they do the initiation at the same time as the Axe. I think it's up to Thompson to really find that opportunity. It's very tough for him, though. Him and the PL have to try to cause some distraction so Seb can get that call off successfully.
It looks like Tusk is actually, he's swapped up his build. He wants to go for an Aeon Disc as opposed to a Shadow Blade that he just had him quick by. Maybe just thinking along the same that you were. Fog. If they jump him, it might be over. Yeah,
this is going to be able to dispel it, and he's going to be able to still go for that opportunity too. Once that Aeon Disc procs, he can even get the blink off afterwards if they can't deal damage to him in time. Once it, since he can't take damage during Aeon Disc.
I mean, as this game does go on, I mean, we're already at the 33-minute mark at the moment. Does one sort of lineup come out ahead in the late game in sort of your eyes?
Kind of hard to say because how much work the Chalice is putting. I'd say probably LGD just because this Brewmaster's had such impeccable performance.
See mid, can they get the jump? Anna's going to show himself. Somnus pops the Shadow Blade, turns with the Rupture. Chalice goes in with the jump, pops the BKB. Starts to punch into Anna, the blood rides down. Anna getting silenced, to be able to Manta start it off. Starts to back away, the Sunstrike on Xnova, but it's off the point. Xnova will survive. Anna getting focused, Thompson trying to come into for the side with the combo, but the snowball again from FY buying time for Somnus. He loses one, Seb, but he just beats into the blade belt. Seb's able to turn and get the kill. There'll be the buyback for the Bloodseeker. Anna trying to hold still, but Chalice, he's got his number. He knows exactly which one he is, Anna. They're going to double get it. Does manage to get up to the high ground, but Somnus with the buyback, he's there, ready to claim the kill.
Those two are dead without buyback. They're down for 80 seconds. There's a Roche available too here for LGD.
Thompson's immediately down bottom.
Also pushing. Look at this army.
He's got that extra Forge Spirit summoned, and indeed with the Ancient Black Dragon, the Mug Golem, and the Cobalt, they're in. They're pushing in.
Yeah.
They have to bring Chalice down. He's the only one with the TP on his core heroes.
They get the jump. They've got the dust. Thompson can play his way out of this FY with the control, meaning the Jerax cannot save him in time as Jerax will TP out. No tail as well. And will get away.
Look at Rosha.
PSG LGD. They'll take the chance. There we go.
And Morbling's finally at that area of HP where he's comfortable. He can do a lot of damage and still be relatively tanky and not die in a call. Seb has not been able to get these clean calls. He still does not have his BKB. He's had so many items, but that is the one key one he's been missing.
Just so much disruption being caused in the fights from this Brewmaster. Just every single time he's getting into the front lines, messing with everything LG wants to do.
Absolutely. And he's Shiva's guard closing in. Jump, FY, he's found himself no tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's no tell. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for no tell as Zame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Jarex did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm as ninjas here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax is going out on his own. He doesn't expect Zame to have this invis rune. As Zame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing there.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though will find Xnova.
Seb in as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He's toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees, he's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level 50 out.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be calling around his Chen, giving him the agony. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those blink calls as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, full Ive Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in. Gets the call. The character's going to get FY. There with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel though. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. Xnova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the shrine, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in the series that Xnova just comes out of nowhere.